Greetings comic lovers and welcome back to Casually Comics, the channel where we chat all things comics, from reviews of comics new and old to history to anecdotes, really wherever our whims take us. Every now and again you come across a comic so bizarre it's destined to stay with you forever. Such is the case with Action Comics 243, specifically the first story contained within the issue, wherein Superman is transformed into a lion. For the most part. No tail for some reason. I posted a picture of the cover in my community tab and your curiosity was piqued, to say the least. But whatever you were imagining, I hazard a guess that for some of you it will outstrip your wildest dreams. Except for those of you who were like, I had that, I read that. So let's do this. But before we get started, I'm Sasha, and if you're enjoying this content, you know what to do. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Join us on this comic book journey. Look, if Superman can have a lion head, I can wear this. I feel very Blade Runner right now. This tale comes to us from 1958 and is Silver Age to the max. It was written by Otto Binder. No stranger to telling a tall tale on this channel. He's back, and so is Wayne Boring on the art. This cover, seeing as it is from the Silver Age, you may see it and assume that it's just cover bait. This is trying to trick me, it wants my dime. And while yes, they do want your dime, this is surprisingly accurate.
Yes, Lois, I'm Superman, but a strange fate has changed my form. Now you and I must act out a modern version of Beauty and the Beast.
Everything except for that last sentence, entirely accurate, and even that last bit kinda happens. This was 1958, so alas, no Disney Beauty and the Beast is on the horizon. No Superman singing Be Our Guest or renditions thereof, or Gaston or anything of the like. Instead, let's go with the Jean Cocteau version. Modern. Our teaser page made me laugh out loud. This is supposed to be tragic, but Clark looks like a Happy Lion cereal mascot. In that play, Beauty's kiss broke the black magic spell and changed the Beast back into a prince, but my kiss failed with you, Superman.
Thanks for trying anyway, Lois. I guess I'll have to remain a beast for life.
Aw shucks, you ruined my life, Lois. Can we change his name to Lion Man? Oh, can we? Giant L on his chest. On his planet, it means lion. We actually start with Superman sticking his head into a lion's mouth for charity and getting a plaque for it. He's asked to come back and perform for the orphanage. And how can he say no to that?
I'll have to build her more space for all these trophies soon.
Humble brag some more, Clark. Superman then stops in front of his bottle city in his fortress, which is our very clumsily employed Chekhov's gun, because he just stops and is all, I have this city. Then he details its history, and the next panel he sees a woman in the Mediterranean about to be crushed by some ancient ruins. Seamless transition. Flawless. Perfection. Why is she dressed in ancient garb? Scratch that. Why is he not wondering why she's dressed in ancient garb? He thinks she must be Cersei as she describes the fallen temple as her home, or rather her ancient home. But she says no, Cersei's her ancestor, and Cersei was no sorceress but an alien scientist. Is nobody in our history actually from here? SatDev pulled this in the Devil Marries Lois vid. Although at least with that you could potentially say it was a Childhood's End reference. Maybe. Trying to class up the story with some Arthur C. Clarke. As some people in the comments felt that was what was happening. But what's this comic's excuse? It's so that we have a link to turning him to a lion, that's why. She offers Superman a reward of sweet mineral waters, and Superman can't say no to snooty water. Other men I despised, but you are worthy of being my companion for life. Marry me, Superman. That's how they get you. They lure you in with fancy water, then surprise engagement.
Sorry, but I must decline the honor, Cersei, and I just thought of an important appointment.
Cersei Clark has to wash his hair. But she says that she's poisoned him. She's laced his drink with an evolutionary syndrome. He will transform into the animal he most closely resembles in nature, unless he comes back by dawn to marry her, for she's got the antidote. Superman laughs at this threat because he says that he is immune to poisons and serums. But it's all fun and games until you're typing at work and your hands start turning into paws. For the animal that Clark most resembles by nature is a lion.
Yes, Superman is turned into a lion, the animal he most resembles because of his lion's heart and strength.
This panel is all of the things. Look at his little glasses. Perry has the best reaction to this.
Great Caesar's ghost. Is this some kind of a joke? Who are you? Why are you wearing a false lion's head and posing as Superman?
Why would anyone do that, Perry? Why? In a very un-Perry-like fashion, he decides to sit on this story because he fears that it will demoralize humanity. Would it though? I think he looks kind of cool. Superman flies off to find Cersei, but it's too late. She's left, and she's left him the pettiest note. Hello, Super Lion. When you failed to return by dawn to marry me, I decided to leave Earth in my spaceship. Guess which world I went to? Ha ha. Cersei. Archaeologists will find this message in the distant future and ponder the fate of the Super Lion. Superman decides he can't be seen in public like this and so flies underneath the city and comes up through the floor of the Daily Planet. The first person he tells about this is Jimmy, and Jimmy, while taken aback, says that he will still be his pal despite the change in his appearance. Jimmy's ride or die. But what Superman is really concerned about is how Lois is going to react. I'm in love with the handsomest man on earth. Maybe someday I'll be Mrs. Superman. She had some tickets for a play and somehow doesn't notice that he looks significantly different from the back. Come on, Lois, you should have known. If you can see it from the back, wait till you see it from the front. What do outward appearances mean? You're still the same wonderful man inside. Shall we go, Superman? Uh-huh. This is because Jimmy's there, isn't it? Lois would never give Jimmy an opening like that. The play they're going to see is, of course, Beauty and the Beast. And Superman identifies with it hard. And Lois thinks maybe if they reenact the kiss, just maybe, but it doesn't work, alas.
Look, somebody dressed like Superman wearing a beast's false head. It's a clever publicity stunt for the play.
How? I mean, it makes more sense than Superman turning into a lion, but why would that make you want to see the play? Superman then embarks on a journey doing lion things. He still goes to the orphanage, but hides his body and then gets the boys to stick their heads inside of his mouth for adventure and thrills. That'll make them forget their dead parents. He helps a lion tamer get a circus contract by filling in for his sick lion, which he has to make a tail for out of rope because he does not have a tail, for his lion's heart does not come with that. He also helps out a film production in Africa. All of these involve pretending to be a lion. Superman is in fact resigning himself to a life as a super lion. He's scanned the heavens, checked planets, he can't find Cersei. To quote Cersei, ha ha. But suddenly he remembers the bottle city that he brought up earlier for some reason. Okay, get ready. Let's make this leap together. The serum had minute traces of kryptonite in it, which means that the original Cersei must have been from Krypton. So she must have had a lab and she must have published her discoveries, which means they must be a record of them somewhere in the bottle city. And there it is. Why, of course. How did I not think of that? Clark is surprisingly okay with the idea of its people using humans as guinea pigs for bizarre animal transformation experiments. The thing that makes this so amusing for me is that this was clearly the planned ending because they introduced this so early in the story. This was the resolution that made the most sense from the drawing board. Yeah. Bottle City. Deus Ex Candor. I think it's too early for it to be called Candor yet. It's still just the Bottle City. So Superman cures himself and goes to surprise Lois with a kiss and a thank you for boosting his morale. I'm kind of ready for a world where he just had to be a super lion. Were the people of Earth really so shallow that they would not have wanted to be saved by a talking lion? No thanks, Super Lion. I'd rather drown. For you were a hideous creature who should not be. I think he looked like a cross between kinda cool and silly and endearing, like a kid's mascot. There's an action figure for this, by the way. In 2008, DC Direct produced a Superman action figure with interchangeable heads, and this was one of the heads. Super Lion. Give the people what they want. This story was pure madness, and the kind of thing where you're either gonna go along with it or get off the ride really early. It's so silly and just embraces the concept full out and still manages to go in directions you may not have expected based on the premise. I had no idea where this was going or why, but personally I was highly entertained. 10 out of 10 on the fun scale. Where's my Superman action figure? I can see thinking this was too silly and pointless though. An example of maybe we don't need to greenlight everything, or all of the Silver Age distilled into one issue. Even through the lens of comics were written for kids, it's still an odd story. But I want to hear what you thought. Did you enjoy this or were you just confused? Do you need the action figure? Share all of your thoughts down below. And while you're down there, please do all the YouTube things. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell notification so that you never miss a vid. Thanks so much for taking some time out of your day to spend it discussing comics with me. I always appreciate it, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.